What's up YouTube, it's Adam from I'm a Music Mogul. Welcome to Tips and Tricks Thursday, episode number 36. Today I'm going to show you something that a lot of producers use in their songs, and that's called reverse reverb. Basically what it allows you to do is select a sample in your song and kind of flip it up and create a nice little build up from section A to section B in your song. If you don't really know what I mean, you're going to know what I mean in a second, so let's get straight into the tutorial. Alright, so the first step here is basically to select a sample in your song. In this case, I dragged in a sample, so let's go ahead and listen to how it sounds.
Baby.
So there it is right there. First step you got to do is select the audio track and send it to a reverb track. So I'm going to go to my sends on that track, go to bus, and I'll send it out to bus 1. I'm going to send it out pretty much at unity gain, so I'm going to go ahead and hold down the option key and click in this little circle right here next to the bus 1. And on my auxiliary track, I'm going to bring in a reverb. The key here, what you want to do is select a reverb with a really long decay time. So I'm going to go to large spaces, which really usually has a long decay time. And I'm going to go to the halls and I'll pick this one, why not? And as you can see from this line right here, really long decay time, really long tail. Drag up my reverb to max and let's hear how that sounds.
Baby. Baby.
So as you can see right there, that reverb has a nice long tail to it. So third step we got to do is double click that audio that we dragged in. Go to Functions, Reverse, and let's hear how that sounds. And now what we're going to do is record that reverb of that backwards vocal phrase right there. So this is the step where a lot of people get confused, so be sure to watch me right here. I'm going to go to my auxiliary track and send it out to a bus. So let's choose bus 7. I'm going to send it out to there. So my output of my reverb track that I'm going to record is bus 7. So what I got to do now is create an audio track with the input of bus 7. I'm going to go ahead and create. So you make sure the output of your reverb auxiliary track is the same as your input on your audio track that you're going to record the reverb. I'm going to select here, going to record arm, and I'm going to go ahead and record that. Just going to bring it down so it doesn't distort. Let's go ahead and record that. Alright, next step you gotta do is double click that reverb that you just recorded. Actually, if you want to listen to it, this is the reverb, how it sounds, that we just recorded. Double click that, go to Functions and reverse that. So now we get something like this, which is basically our build up. And now what we gotta do is double click our original sample that we dragged in, go to Functions and reverse that. And we want to line up the baby so we get the nice little build up into that vocal phrase. Just be sure to deselect your reverb so you don't get any of that in your track.
Baby.
And let's go ahead and line it up.
Baby.
It's a little bit off.
Baby. Baby.
That sounds pretty good like that. And then you can go ahead and select your reverb that you just recorded and add some nice effects on it, like a delay. And let's hear how that sounds. As you can see, that creates a nice little build up. So let's do it again with another sample just so we can kind of understand all the steps that goes into it. All right, so here's my new sample right here that I dragged in.
Come on.
Again, first step we got to do is send that out to a reverb track. Bus 1. Unity gain. Actually, I'm going to do a little bit less. And then on my reverb track, I'm going to bring in a nice long decay reverb, which usually means a large hall. It usually has a long decay. Anything like in the large spaces in your reverb track, it's going to have a long decay, so that's really good. So we see a long decay right there. I'm going to bring it to 100% wet. And I'm going to go ahead and now let's take a listen to it. Alright, next step you gotta do is double click on the sample that you dragged in, go to Functions and reverse that. So now we get a reversed audio. Now let's record that reverb. So we're gonna go to our reverb auxiliary track, go to our output and select a bus again. In this case, let's do bus 8. And I'm gonna go ahead and create a new audio track to match the input of that output, which is gonna be bus 8. So the output of the auxiliary track has to match the input of the audio track that you're creating right here. I'm going to go ahead and hit create. I'm going to record arm that, and I'm going to go ahead and record it. let the whole tail record. Now we can go ahead and listen to that, what we just recorded. Now you double click it, go to functions, click reverse. Now we got a nice little build up. Again, the next step we got to do is double click our original sample that we dragged in, reverse that back to its original state, and line the two up so we get a nice little combo. And remember to deselect your reverb so you don't get double reverb right there. And again, that sounds pretty good, and you can go ahead and add nice little effects like I showed you with the delay. Here's the build up into your vocal phrase. That is reverse reverb. Go ahead and put into your song. All right, so that's reverse reverb right there. Again, like I said, you can pretty much use anything to create a reverse reverb with. Piano chord sounds really nice. Let the whole piano chord ring out. A guitar strum, let it ring out. It sounds really good with that as well. Long vocal phrases, anything with a long decay time, it sounds really good and can have a nice build up from section A to section B. If you have any other comments or questions, you can ask me in the comment section. And remember to rate and subscribe for more great videos, guys. Talk to you soon. See you in the next video. Later. Peace.